Hello guys, how are you? Hope you all are doing well. Now let's start our topic gas gangrene. So definition of gas gangrene. Gas gangrene is a rapidly spreading edematous myonecrosis occurring in association with severe wounds of extensive muscle masses that are contaminated by Clostridium, particularly Clostridium perfringens. So to remember the definition, we have to first remember these words, understand, and then link up. So first is rapidly spreading, then edematous myonecrosis, associated with severe wounds, of what? Of extensive muscle masses. And these muscle masses are contaminated by Clostridium. So contaminated by Clostridium, especially or most abundantly Clostridium perfringens. So now linking all of these, we'll get the definition. So gas gangrene is defined as rapidly spreading edematous myonecrosis associated with severe wounds of extensive muscle masses contaminated by Clostridium, most abundantly by Clostridium perfringens. Most abundantly by Clostridium perfringens. So let's write the definition. Defined as rapidly spreading edematous myonecrosis associated with severe wounds of extensive muscle masses. And these muscle masses contaminated by Clostridia, particularly Clostridium perfringens. Okay guys, so first try to divide into parts and then get a concept, that means understand it, then you can link up all and make a definition. It will be easy for you to remember. Okay, so gas gangrene is usually called the disease of war because it is also called in causal daily life, it follows road accidents. And the bacteriology of gas gangrene is varied. Rarely gas gangrene is caused by infection with single Clostridia. Generally there is association of anaerobes and facultative anaerobes like streptococci, and facultative anaerobes like E. coli, Proteus, and staphylococci. And among the Clostridia, Clostridium perfringens are the most common one. And after Clostridium perfringens, Clostridium novae and Clostridium septicum are the next common one. Okay, so let's discuss about that. It is also called disease of war. So, also called disease of war, because in these conditions there is extensive muscle injury with heavy contamination and in civilian life it follows severe road accidents, okay, and often injuries with extensive muscle mass involvement. Okay, so and we told earlier that it rarely occurs just due to infection with single Clostridia. It occurs in association. So let's write that point. Rarely is due to infection from, this is infection, okay guys, short form, infection from single Clostridia so usually there is association with I'll change the marker if you are not able to see it. Okay, usually anaerobes like streptococci, usually there is association, okay, sorry, association with anaerobes like streptococci and facultative aerobes like E. coli, staphylococci, or even Proteus. Okay, so they are rarely caused by infection of single Clostridia. And among the Clostridia, next point, among Clostridia, most common are Clostridium perfringens, and after Clostridium perfringens the next common are novae and septicum. Okay, so after these next common are right here Clostridium novae and Clostridium septicum. Okay, so and the Clostridia, it usually enters the wound through fragments of bullets or fragments of the cells or bits of clothing and dust particles. We discussed earlier that they are also found in the dust particles, the spores are found in the dust particles, soil. So in case of road accidents, they enter into the wounds through the bits of clothing, dust particles, soil, and in soil generally manured soil. And in case of the war wounds, they enter through the fragments of cells or implanted bullets. Okay, so enter into the wounds through this is G, bits of clothing, soils, soil particles, and implanted bullets, etc. Okay, and just the presence of Clostridium perfringens doesn't, or any those common Clostridia, those we cause gas gangrene, does not causes gas gangrene. Just the presence doesn't cause gas gangrene. So McLennan distinguished three types of anaerobic wound infections, and those includes normal wound with contamination, and then anaerobic cellulitis and anaerobic myositis or gas gangrene. So I don't think that we just will try to cover it over here, and we'll discuss in detail in the next video. We'll just write that point. So McLennan three types of anaerobic wound infections. The first one, normal contamination. The second, anaerobic cellulitis, and the last and most serious one, anaerobic myositis or gas gangrene. We'll discuss about all these three types in the next video. So hope you understand the general considerations about gas gangrene. You can have a look from the beginning. Okay, and see you in the next video.